Greetings, R. Frederick Riddle here with another episode of Christian News and Views. This is episode 242, and this is Tuesday. Well, the Justice Department has sued the state of Minnesota over its sanctuary city immigration policies, making it the latest locality to face legal threats as the Trump administration attempts to carry out the president's campaign promise of mass deportations. Minnesota officials are jeopardizing the safety of their own citizens by allowing illegal aliens to circumvent the legal process, Pamela Bondi, the Attorney General, said in a statement. The Justice Department added that Minnesota's policies of refusing to cooperate with immigration authorities are illegal under federal law and have resulted in the release of so-called dangerous criminals. Immigrants with no criminal record are now the latest or largest group in U.S. immigration detention. The Minnesota cities of Minneapolis, St. Paul, Hennepin County joined the ranks of Los Angeles, New York, Boston, and the states of New Jersey and Colorado. These are all Democratic-led jurisdictions which are facing similar lawsuits, excuse me, over their sanctuary city policies. A Trump administration court filing in June amid demonstrations against immigration raids called Los Angeles sanctuary city ordinance illegal and asked that it be blocked from being enforced to allow the White House to crack down on what it calls a crisis of illegal immigration. Over the summer, the Justice Department sent letters to 13 states it classified as sanctuary jurisdictions, including California and Rhode Island, and 22 local governments from Boston to Seattle, informing their leaders that they could face prosecution or lose federal funding for undermining and obstructing federal immigration agents. Last month, a federal judge blocked the Trump administration from cutting off federal funding to 34 sanctuary cities and counties, according to an executive order Donald Trump signed at the beginning of his second term. His administration has argued that sanctuary city laws, which limit a locality's participation with federal immigration agents, violate federal law. Brett Shumate, an assistant attorney general at the Justice Department Civil Division, said in a statement that shielding illegal aliens from federal law enforcement is a blatant violation of the law that carries dangerous consequences. Now, here's my opinion on all this. Now, the article had the reporter's opinion buried in it. But I find it rather ridiculous that any state, county, or city thinks that their laws have more weight than federal law. I think we settled that with the Civil War. Federal law trumps, forgive me for the play on words there, it wasn't intentional, but it trumps anything that the states, the counties, the cities have. They're obligated by law to cooperate with federal authorities. Now, I want to comment one other thing here too. While it is true that it's a campaign promise that Trump made, it is a promise that he made based on an understanding that the federal government has laws and we have them for a purpose, and they're founded upon the Constitution of the United States, and therefore they should be obeyed. And that means that the administration, because the Trump administration, any administration should be fighting to uphold the law. It's a sad story that the previous administration didn't do this. There's been some clear violations that just fell through the cracks. Now, I am pleased that the Trump administration is fighting to uphold the law. I am sure the lawsuits will wind up in the Supreme Court, where I pray they will be dealt with properly by the court. And the reason I say that in that way is because while there is a conservative majority there, not all conservatives think alike. And my prayer here would be that whether you're a conservative or a liberal, your job there is to support the Constitution, not some social agenda. And my advice would be to those who want to allow illegal aliens to participate in our government, participate in the rights and benefits of our country, take a close look at the law. It does not allow for that. You have to really twist it to make it work that way. And so they have, some of those liberals have really been entrenched in their liberalism. And they believe that the Constitution is living in the sense that it can be changed, its interpretation can be changed. No, living. I like the term a living Constitution, but that doesn't mean it changes. That means to me, when I use that term, it means that it is appropriate, is applicable, it is enforceable, it works, and if you and great to this very day. If you want to change it, then there is a method to do it, and it's called the amendment process. And we've had some amendments. And so that is the process that's built in. It's not up to courts to change the meaning of the Constitution. And I'll get off that little bandwagon right now, but that's my opinion on that. I also mean by properly that they'll just simply stick to the law and provide the Justice Department the legal freedom they need to enforce the law. I think that is something that can needs to be done, because if you have laws out there and states are allowed to just flaunt them, well, we might as well just forget about the Civil War and go back to those days and say, if you okay, yeah, you can do this and you can do that. We fought a war. It was not a war that was fought to free slaves. It became a war which originally was for states' rights, but during the process of that war, it became more and more focused on liberating the blacks and anybody else that happens to be a slave at that in that manner. Slavery is wrong. Slavery was wrong then, but they didn't have that understanding of it at the time. Even the North didn't treat it that way, and as far as understanding it, to them it was a military strategy, a political and military strategy, and it worked. As far as I can tell, it worked pretty good. But the thing is that all men are, according to the Constitution, all men are created equal. That's not just males, that's men and women. And that is all men and women of all races. By the way, the term races came through, I believe it was the Middle Ages. Prior to that, the correct understanding was that there's one race, the human race. Yes, there are some of them of a different shade of skin color, maybe different features and this and that, but they're all human. And we are all, therefore, under God, we are all responsible to Him. He gives us life, and we are to honor and glorify Him. But we are all equal in the sight of God, men and women, male and female. Well, that's it for today. Got a little bit about on a soapbox there, but I hope that I've done something that I always try to do, and that is to inform you, encourage you, and to inspire you. And if I've done any of that, then I am happy. I've done my job. the oh, by the way, if you have not subscribed to this channel, I encourage you to do so. Always like it when people subscribe or when you follow. Both are appreciated. And I just like to see that. It encourages me to keep doing this and doing the things that will maybe at least give you something to chew on, something to think about, whatever it happens to be. Well, that's it for today, and I hope to see you in the next episode.